Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're reviewing the 2020 Nissan Qashqai. This Nissan Qashqai, as well as other great cars, are available for sale at AKAGERA Motors, Rwanda, and check out their website down below. And if you have any question about this car, don't hesitate to contact them and they will happily respond to your queries. This particular Nissan Qashqai we have here is finished in beautiful black metallic paint, and it has 18-inch wheels. More on the tire size a bit later in the video. Here is Nissan's intelligent key, and it has the lock, unlock and panic buttons up front. And as you unlock the car, the daytime running lights will turn on, a feature Nissan calls welcome lights, and this is especially useful when looking for your car in a dark parking lot. This car is also equipped with smart key access. Push the button on the door handle to lock the car, and wait a second and push it again to unlock the car. This Nissan Qashqai is a 5-seater compact SUV, and while the interior is not high-end, it has a fair share of leather, cloth, plastic and metallic surfaces. On the driver's side door, you can see we have power mirror controls and power door locks, as well as power window controls. Also available in this car is a push to start option, and just put your foot on the brake and hit the start stop button. A short Qashqai animation will play in the instrument cluster screen, and the infotainment screen will also display a Nissan animation. Let's turn on the headlights, fog lights, as well as the hazard lights, and take a quick look around the car. I'll also pop the hood and we'll check out the engine bay in this car. Also, as I exit the car with the key fob, the car will beep 3 times to let me know that it has lost proximity to the key fob. There are LED turn signals integrated in the side mirrors. Up front we have LED headlights and halogen fog lights, and the daytime running lights are replaced by turn signals. The engine in this car is a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder, putting out 144 horsepower and 148 pound-feet of torque. We have front and rear parking sensors on this car. As we move to the rear portion of the vehicle, we'll find the boomerang-shaped tail light, LED tail lights, halogen turn signals and halogen reverse lights. Let's go back inside the car and take a better look at the options and features offered in this car. First, turn off the headlights and hazard lights, and straight to the infotainment screen. We have a 5-inch infotainment screen with a CD eject button and a radio scan button. We also have AM and FM in this car. Other audio sources in this car are CD, Bluetooth, auxiliary and USB, as well as iPod compatibility. We have a volume and power knob on the left side of the infotainment screen, and on the right is a tune and settings knob where we have different settings like Bluetooth settings, audio output settings like bass, treble, balance and fade. Scroll down, and on the second page we have brightness and contrast adjustments. You can also adjust the clock in this car. You can also turn on or off the on-screen clock. And RDS display is a feature that displays a station name and program or music title being played on the station when listening to a station that supports the RDS system. Next up is speed sensitive volume, and you can set the volume to increase as you speed up in this car. There's also auxiliary volume, and last but not least, you can set the system's language. There are 6 radio preset stations, and press and hold to enable the repeat or random functions. Next up is the climate control area, and we have automatic climate control in this car. We also have 2 climate zones in this car. For the 2 front passengers, click the knob on the right to activate dual climate zones, and you can individually adjust the temperature on each side. Other climate functions include your fan speed controls, as well as a key to enable the AC in this car, and we also have air recirculation selection. There are also front and rear defrosters. Below the climate controls, we have a small storage area and a power outlet. This car is also equipped with an electronic parking brake and push to disengage and pull it back to engage. The auto hold function lets you lift your foot off the brake when at a stoplight or at a standstill. Also equipped in this Nissan is a 7-speed Xtronic continuous variable transmission, or CVT, with manual shiftability. On the side of the shift lever, we have LED mode lights that you can brighten or dim as you please. Apart from the gear lever, we also have 2 cup holders and a small storage area for things like your key fob. And the 2 front seats are heated. You can set them to high or low. There is a 2-tier storage area below the armrest, and the second tier of the storage is where you find an auxiliary and USB port. We also have an extra power outlet in here. Moving on to the steering wheel controls. On the left spoke we have media controls and buttons to control the instrument cluster screen, or the multi-information display. In the multi-information screen we have a media tab, a 4-wheel drive information tab, as well as a chassis control tab and the warning tab, and lastly the settings tab. In the settings menu we have electronic stability program or traction control. We also have different driver assistance settings like driving aids and parking aids, where you can adjust different aspects of the parking sensors. Next, in the driver assistance settings, we have chassis control settings and steering effort, where you can choose between sport and normal steering responsiveness. Other settings include clock and display settings, where you can choose content that is displayed in the multi-information display. You can also choose the body color of the car shown in the multi-information display. Other settings include the eco driving mode as well as welcome effects. Display settings aside, we have vehicle settings and we have lighting settings, where you can adjust the brightness of the mood lights in this car. You can also choose how long you want the daytime running lights to remain on after you lock the car, and you can choose anywhere between 0 seconds and 3 minutes. Lighting settings aside, we also have unlocking and wiper settings. Other settings in this car include maintenance reminders, where you can set a service reminder or tire changing mileage, or other maintenance you may need to do at a particular mileage. Other than maintenance settings, we also have a few more settings. You can also reset to factory settings. After the settings tab, we have a few more tabs like average speed. We also have trip information, and there's few economy information. On the right spoke of the steering wheel, we have cruise control buttons and buttons for your Bluetooth hands-free operation, as well as voice command.
There are no phones connected to the vehicle. To use this system, a compatible Bluetooth phone must be connected. Please refer to your phone's
Behind the
user
steering
manual
wheel
before
on the left
choice.
side you have your usual headlight control stock, and on the other side you have automatic wiper control stock. I'd also like to take a moment to demonstrate the power folding mirrors in this car. Let's shut them down and check out the rest of the vehicle. On the left side of the steering wheel we have an instrument cluster dimmer and a 3 preset button. We also have a manual, tilt and telescopic steering wheel in this car. You'll first need to unlatch it and adjust it to your needs, and after you're done adjusting, just lock it in place. In that vicinity we also have a 4-wheel drive selector switch. Below that is the eco driving mode selector. The driver's seat in this car is power operated. You can move it forward or backwards and also power recline the backrest. Let's check out the second row in this Nissan, and there's nothing particularly interesting in the second row, apart maybe from the tinted privacy windows that you get in the second row, and the 2 cup holders integrated in the middle seat of the second row bench. Up ahead on the headliner we also have the usual reading lights. Behind the front center console we also have a tiny storage area. As we move to the rear part of the vehicle, there's no backup camera in this car. Opening the tailgate is as simple as pressing a button above the license plate area. The trunk size in this car is average for the class, and the cargo cover is a nice addition. Under the floor mat we'll find the spare tire and the tire changing equipment. As I mentioned earlier in the video, the tire size in this car is a 215 by 55 with 18-inch alloy wheels. Moving on to the front passenger seat, there's also a keyless access button on the front passenger door handle. There's also a power door lock button on the front passenger door. Just like most vehicles on the market, we have a glove box, a rather large glove box, and we have a user manual inside. Up ahead on the headliner we have the usual reading lights for both the passenger and the driver side. There's also 2 Bluetooth microphones. There's a sun visor on each side and vanity mirrors integrated in both. That's all for today's video guys, and quick update before I sign off, I'll be making more and more car reviews, so make sure you're subscribed so you won't miss a great car review in the future. Also don't forget to like and share this video with your friends. See you next time.